when you're starting to work with pentagram rituals, there's a few essential keys, and basically they are visualization, vibration, and your breath. And these can also be applied to all magical rituals for that matter, but that's a key one should always hold. Vibrating the names. Visualizing colors, visualizing the angels you call. Feeling the elements associated with those angels, because mind you, pentagrams are elemental of the microcosm, so each direction is associated with an element. East being air, south being fire, west being water, north being earth. So when you call in those directions, like say air, you want to feel like a spring breeze hit your face. And in the south, you want to feel the heat of the summer sun. But then in the west, you're cooled by a fall mist or perhaps a river or the ocean. In the north, feel the dirt beneath your feet. Feel the moss, feel all of it. The breath work being that of the fourfold breath, which I've covered before. You can access more stuff about Patreon. And so the difference between an invocation pentagram and a banishing pentagram is pretty simple. So starting with the banishing pentagram, you would start at your left hip, go up to your forehead, down to your right hip, over to your left shoulder, over to your right shoulder, and back down to your left hip. And now for invoking pentagram, you start at your forehead, you go down to your left hip, over to your right shoulder, over to your left shoulder, down to your right hip, and back to the forehead. So you'll want to begin with banishing rituals and really just focus on like the lesser banishing ritual, the pentagram, for like 6 months to a year even as your main focus, to be honest. And what you're doing in that time is basically banishing away all negative elemental influences that affect you on a day-to-day basis and in ways that we aren't even aware of half the time. Also, so like people who are, energy is contagious. So if you're around an environment that is constantly negative or people that are constantly negative, it's going to start banishing that away. And you'll see very quickly that these things will stop affecting you in the way they used to. And as you progress and your journey unfolds, that'll become more and more clear. And then, of course, moving on to invocations, when you're calling in elemental influences you want, that will have its changes and benefits and effects as well. And now when I talk about benefits, there are many physical benefits in like real world time that, are a side effect of this, but ultimately this is beginning you on a path of spiritual clarity and even physical clarity. It begins to balance out the elements within oneself. And even if we talk about the tarot, the magician is one who balanced all elements, the wand being fire, the sword being air, the pentagrams being earth, the cups being water. Balancing those elements within yourself is what it's symbolic of. And that's what you're beginning to do here. And so I started doing pentagram rituals even before I did a self-initiation ritual. That's what led me to self-initiation. And then, now I'm doing all kinds of invocations, hexagram rituals, cross rituals, a lot of different things. So I'm much further on my path now with it, and my understanding begins to shape and change and grow and evolve with my steady practice. And sometimes that even means pausing and just contemplating. But, you know, ritual work is a beautiful art form and a beautiful way of life that will definitely send you on a journey within and without, above and below. This is where reality truly lives, if you ask me. So pentagram rituals are kind of a foundational point to a much bigger picture. But I just want to make a quick video on pentagrams, and yeah, I just want to start making little informational videos like this and see how it goes. So I hope you all enjoyed it.